Yes, sir. Let us start.
E-
So, I many thanks to giving me an opportunity to share and exchange my views with you. I thanks CMA Dinesh Birla sir, Chairman ICI, and Harshad sir, Chairman PD Committee, and the Dhananjay ji, Chairman ICI PCA chapter, and the Sagar Malpure sir, who introduced me very well, Chairman PD Committee, and the Kumbar sir, Chairman of Kolhapur and Sangli chapter. So today's topic is business intelligence and Power BI. It's a tool of data analysis and visualization. So let us start. So business intelligence here we are concerning as a business intelligence. It helps us analyzing the past and come up with the strategies to improve the future. Past here we are considering as a data, historical data. So every transaction stored in organizations and analyzed in an organization is a past. Every transaction, even though that is the current transaction, past transaction, it becomes a past. So why we with the business analysis tool, what we are doing, we are converting our data so that we can take decision about the future. Looking towards the data trend and the pattern, we are building the future and taking decision. So it's a process in enterprises which help us in providing the information to take a decision making and provides the competitive advantages. Very important thing is that it is a non built for a non-tech users. It's a self-service tool and it is built for non-tech user. Underline that. Why I'm saying non-tech? Because previously it was a business of white collar business. The people who are IT savvy only they can collect the data, clean the data, cleansing and converting into the useful information and presenting before the board of director and the managerial people of the an organization. But now the people who know the what is Office and other such kind of tools, they can manage to build dashboard and present before the management. Only functional people can create their own reports and talk into the meeting. So there are three things which was the business of the IT savvy people. That is ETL. That is extract, transform, and load. Extract means extracting the data from the various sources. Maybe that is structured data or unstructured data. And transform means doing corrections or doing modifications, adding and filtering rows of the data and make it input for the visual tool. That is, and then loading into the visual tools report. So past means data, and we are taking action on the past. That is, on the action on the data means the analytics. So there are various kinds of analysis are there. First of all, the descriptive analysis is there. Means in descriptive analysis, the human input is more. Data collection process also there, and all data is raw and uninterested and necessary to churn for analysis more and more. Then after churning and analysis, the diagnostic analytics is there, in which the automatic recording is we are setting sensor and setting devices in a vehicle, in the machinery, and we have a ERP in-house at place which is collecting the data. All such kind of data which is collected in a log and database and presenting before us, that is called the diagnostic analytics. And then the predictive term is there. In predictive, looking towards the pattern and the pattern of the data of the past, some kind of predictive analysis on the presented before us, and which allows the business and investor to adjust where they use their resources, where our resources are going, and what should be what decision we have to take. That kind of advantages we are getting from building the future data. So predictive analysis can also be used as to improve the operational efficiency and reduce the risk of the organization and the business. And the next is the prescriptive analysis. The predictive analysis tend us to take decision on. We can ask the data or the reports that what can we do to make certain thing happens, to grow the sale or avoid some things which is coming in the future. So we have seen that perspective analysis, predictive analysis, and diagnostic and descriptive analytics. Then looking towards the all companies who are using the this kind of tools or using the analysis tools, still they are not able to get what results actually they want to get from the BI tools in last 30 years, because of the quality of the data. That is most important. We have every data, but some quality should be there so that we can jump to the conclusion that we can do this. So nowadays very effective tools are available in the market, that I name some. That is the SAP Business Objects, renowned tool, ClickView, Power BI, today's focus, and the Tableau also is there, which is also renowned. Cognos, Oracle BI, Essence, these kind of tools are available. Some free tools are also available in the market. One can load and without just register and start working on that. Okay. So next. So we have now understood that we have a raw data now. We have data which is structured into different kinds. That is manual data and IT system data. IT system data means we have some packages or ERP in place in an organizations. Some unstructured data like some manual reports are there, and we are feeding it with the Excel sheet. From the different functions we are receiving it. So again, these all kind of data. Some PDF data is also there. So this data is of various kind of data. The data is of two kind of data, that is qualitative data and quantitative data. In qualitative, nominal data is there. In nominal data, we are storing information like the red, blue, male, female, such kind of thing. Just we are storing, and we can't compare it with each other. That is, we can't say that the red is better than or greater than blue. It is a relative term, and the female and male, we can't differentiate between them. So this kind of data is called nominal data. Other data is ordinal data. We can compare directly. That is A plus is always greater and better than the B. We can compare small, thin with the fat, and the small with the large, and the medium, and vice versa. Again, the qualitative data is coming up. So in qualitative data, the discrete and the continuous data is available. In the discrete data, we can count the things, add, and all those kind of thing operations we can do. And continuous data is the series type of data, just like the software version 1.12, 1.13, 1.12, and 1.2. These kind of things are there. So these are all kind of operations we can do. That is quantitative data. These two kind of data becomes a raw data for us. From the structured, unstructured, we have collected this kind of data. Now it is a raw data before us. Raw data means nothing but in a particular time span, we have information of purchase, we have information of sales. We are storing that data and getting some operations and coming out with the insight of the business. That is visualization of the business we are doing with this raw data. Okay. So what we have to do with this raw data, we can see in the next stage. raw data. Now we have raw data, and with the help of certain tools or some judgments of the people already with the business, they have their experience. What they are doing, they are transforming the data into meaningful information. Transformation means nothing but we are formatting the data in a rows and columns and giving them some structure, some values to those data. We can treat those data or the table and setting relation with each other. All the tables are available with us, all the structure data available with us in a different table. We are setting relations with them, and so that we can access those data with some terms, with some numbers. Okay, so this data can be extracted and then transformed and load into the Power BI. The data transformation is the middle term. First term is extract the data, and then transform is the middle term, and last is it is loaded into the Power BI or the tools of the analysis. Next is, what is the objective of transforming this raw data into the meaningful? Objective is to, every organization's objective is to earn profit so that we can get a stability. So let us talk about the profit. Profit is not only earning profit out of selling more, servicing more, and getting profit, add more customers to organization. But see, IT department in your term is containing included into the cost center. IT departments, we have to spend for the IT department, okay, and with the help of them we can get more profit. So IT department is having data with them. When it becomes raw data, becomes a meaningful data with them, then it becomes a profit center, because we have intellectual data, intellectual assets with us. So it is automatically converted into the cost centers, then income center. So that is one of the advantages. And with this intelligent information, we can get decisions. It is helpful to the top management, and they can take decision by visualizing them. So it is become now profitable center, and it helps us in earning more profit. We get stability after we have the profit and funds with us. What is the stability? Stability is nothing but sometimes we have lack of sales, decrease in the sales, we have enough funds, we can face that kind of situation, pandemic situation or other situation we have faced in earlier stage. And lack of capital, sometimes that time we have the funds, and we can say that use that capital funds as a capital for the temporary basis. And we are losing some employees which are intelligent, we are losing some customers. So such kind of small temporary problems we can face when we have funds. So I am talking about that kind of stability we receive from profit. Okay. So more profit and more profit. Now more profit in terms of, I have told you already that more profit by including IT department and data into the profit center. Again, by cost optimizations, with the help of certain models are developed by BI tools, so that it will help us in optimizing the cost. That also help us in getting more profit. Some guidelines for that, we can set a budget into the entire BI tools financial term, and we can check the boundaries, whether we are beyond the boundaries, under the boundaries. Some costs are there which is not spending the fund, and some costs are there which require more funds than the border. Then we can diversify those funds to the relevant cost, if it is correct. So that way we can reduce the cost, then provide good, always we can watch the return on goods on investment, return on investment, and also we are sending some good messages or good analytics for the HR managers so that retain their human resource in a shape. Some alerts are we can set into the organization's data so that we can avoid the mishaps. So cost optimization also we can do with some modern technology, having modern technology. So BI tools is one of the modern technology we are having, and we also minimize the cost. Some free and effective marketing strategies we can have by giving suggestions to the marketing team. Also, some other suggestions are there. We can outsource some functions to the remote workers. Nowadays, our own staff is working work from home, and we know that same way we can work by giving our workers or team the work from the home, so that we can have our office space minimum, and we can hire some small space for our office, or already we have own office which is big. The sum of part we can give on the rent and earn profit, earn some money from out of it. We can go paperless by computerizing the things, because the reports and sending reports and notifications, we can do it very efficiently by having the modern technology like email and sending notifications. So paperless office we can have. We can have the furniture and equipment, use of furniture and equipment, and give them the shape like antique, so that it we can feel it very rich feel, and we can use that. We can have the energy by fluorescent, using the fluorescent electricity, and we can also think about the virtual office, because all the things of analysis and presenting a report we are doing with the Power BI like tools, and some bartering also there, because one example of is that we are very much good at producing the goods, and now we don't have the team and intelligence for the marketing, so we can hire the marketing team and introduce our product into the market. So these kind of things we can do to reduce the cost, optimize the cost. Okay. So now we have a raw data, and we have to bring business intelligence by introducing the tools of the business intelligence and convert our data into the meaningful information and build our future. So this is the summary of last few slides. You can go to the next. Now, why we are doing this all things, converting the data into the meaningful information and building dashboards? Because we want to take action on that. Take action means we have a dashboard. Imagine we have a dashboard before us, and there are a facility of outlier and inlier elimination and inclusion on the spot. We have dashboard before us, customer wise sale is there. We know that 2-3 customers are there who are always purchasing more, higher from us. And there are some customers, 2-3 customers are there, we are very less purchasing for us. So we can, these outlier and inlier we can avoid and look at the other customers, how their performance is, and we can take decisions. See, there are examples that some organizations selling more to particular area, and all the break-even point is depend upon them. If they are missing or they are going out, then we can reach to the break-even point. So this situation we must avoid by giving encouragement to the other customers, growing, adding other customers from the other geographical areas, and dependency of the higher purchasing customers we can reduce. So this is very important. Then there should be facility in the dashboard that we can drill down top to bottom approach we can have in the visualizations of the dashboard. For example, if we have a total sale figure, we can drill down customer wise. Okay, number of customers and what is the share of each customer. So minimum selling purchasing customer, we can drill down period wise, in which period he has purchased very less, then again that period can be drilled down. So this such kind of drill down facility should be there, and we should indicate the buttons, which is not today's topic, but nowadays there are facility of power intimation thing is there. So we can call on the spot the customer why the sale is why less purchasing is there from the particular customer or the particular team. We can send immediate email on the spot. So this kind of facility is provided by indicators, buttons, hyperlink, some KPIs also there. We can see that we are reaching a particular situation and inform those kind of things by automatically raising the triggers on the dashboard. So this kind of facility now available with the dashboards. So action we have just talked about. So now we have decided, one organization has decided that to purchase business analysis tools. So what kind of care should be taken by them? First of all, we have to treat approach towards seeing towards the business intelligence tools should be, it's a process of gathering the information, maybe that is internal and external sources, and analyze it in order to generate relevant information. So whether we have such kind of internal sources and external sources intact, and we have to see this project just like a technical approach. Means assume that we are implementing SAP in our organizations. What kind of approach should be there? Technical approach should be there. So guidelines for that is the system and technology needs to be in place to have such kind of project. Then improvement can be made to existing process. Sort of BPR we have to implement in our organization before go for the such kind of technical project. Because what happens after implementing such kind of projects, the role and post may be changed. Previously, the sales manager called such sales manager. Now he could be called as an analyst, sales analyst. Okay, so such kind of role and post and job of each post may be changing. So such change, because style of reporting and style of calling meeting and style of informing and notification, everything is changing. So this change we have to adopt. Okay. So change is there. Now business intelligence objective is to deliver the certain amount of value within the predefined period. So when we treat business intelligence having in organizations, we should treat it as a project. We have to create a project report, and then we have to set a time frame for them. Should not be lingering the things, and we should set a review committee, a technical committee, change management acceptance, and the blueprint we should draw, and we should draw the implementation stages, like we should go live with the business intelligence tools, then maintain the life cycle and go on. In short, we have to treat it as a technical project. And then we have to create some KPIs. We have to create to judge the business performance, some KPIs like debt versus equity ratio, account payable versus turnover ratio, account receivable versus turnover. And the style of reporting should change on screen and dashboard that could be shareable to audience or as well as the people who are engaged in marketing team and the functional team. So the style of reporting, we have to draw reports how we should see the reports, how on mobile, every device we must be able to see the reports. And the tool we are purchasing must be capable of benchmarking the things, compare the number with the industry, and it must be able to mining and warehousing and discover trend and pattern of the data. So what kind of tool we are purchasing, it should undertake all these things, and it must have the capacity to analysis, predictive analysis, make future predictive ability. All kind of things should be capable of the business intelligence tools must be capable of all these things. Then we have to check in our organizations what kind of data we have. OLTP data means if the company has ERP in place or the utilities or the packages like things in place, so they are producing online transaction processing. Then if a company have a warehousing, then that is called a three-dimensional data it is producing. OLAP, that is online analysis process. Then some company have a big data also. They are storing the log, multimedia, social media, mail, web data, and other communication data. If big data is not in place, then we have to collect this data in different manner. The structured data, every organization is having a structured data that is 10 to 30% is structured data, and all 70 to 90% is all unstructured data in an organization. So that is why the the business intelligence having capacity to convert this structured and unstructured data into raw data means the useful data. We have to check that with the business intelligence tools. Next is the slide, otherwise I have to show in the very first, but I am showing it in the last. In 1960, the decision support system is arrived, and that is with some IT people. They are used to collect the data, clean the data, and produce before the meeting, so that they are able to take the decision. In 1980, the three part are coming. That is executive support system, online analytical process, and decision support system. Since 1990, the business intelligence is arrived. Till the time it was the job of the IT people, but now in this decade, it has become a business of not untrained user also of the business intelligence. So now we are moving towards the actually business tool, and I already told you that what kind of tools are available. So one of them is the Power BI desktop. The Power BI is the product of the Microsoft, and they have got different kind of project in business intelligence. One is Power BI desktop, the today's focus. Another is self-service Power BI, which is available on internet. Other is the Power BI report server that could be seated in a cloud, and everybody can take advantages, store data, access data. Some Power BI tools are available with on-premises. Suppose we have got a wide area network of organizations, we can have our server, report server, and we can internally share the reports. We can give the rights to the typical user, the typical manager, functional manager, so that he could see only his report, produce his report, can give judgment on that, and performance can be analyzed by the administration, This is called the on-premises. But today's topic is Power BI desktop, because some hands-on practices I'm going to take on that, so that you could be use that Power BI, and it is free. You can download and start using. So what is Power? Yes, sir.
Moria sir, please put you on full screen mode, because so that everybody can see complete screen.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yes. That's right.
So Power BI is a business analytics service provided by the Microsoft. It provides interactive visualizations with self-service business intelligence capability. Self-service, it is called because it is available on a cloud and internet, and we can share the reports, share the dashboards, share the storytelling facts, and end user can create report. Means a simple user can create his reports, dashboard, storytelling by themselves. Last sentence is important, without having to depend on information technology staff and database administration. True knowledge of the tables, row and columns, what is to avoid, what is to incorporate in the report, only that knowledge is sufficient. So Power BI is helping that way to the untrained user. Power BI, if you want to learn, the free training is available on this side. As I am going to share this presentation to everybody, to the chapter, they can share to everybody, every member. So this is the side where analyze and visualize data with the Power BI is available. Means they can see the visual and the videos, clips, and they can appear. Sign up free. Sign up is also free, so that they could have a self-service mode. But sign up is allowing only those people who have got their email address, which belongs to a particular organizations, not the social media and free email like Hotmail, Rediffmail, Gmail. They are not allowed. It should belongs to some institution like yours, and some schools, some organizations, corporate. They are allowed to take sign up free and use this utility for 1 month. After that, they are asking for the fees for say $8 to $10 per month if they are using for their organizations. But Power BI desktop is totally free, and you can build report, share among the people in your organizations. Okay. You can also obtain the certificates by appearing to the examination. You can go to this site and appear for the examinations once you think that you are ready for appear for the examination. There is a blog also that you can read that blog, which is Microsoft BI's Power BI blog. They are sharing the updates and new things with the Power BI. The minimum requirement to download the Power BI desktop is minimum Windows 7 should be there, or if they have got server, then Windows Server 2008 or 2 and later version. .NET Frame is required, 4.5 minimum, and the post. Internet Explorer 9 or later, or Chrome also I am using. Memory minimum 2 GB is required for the good, and the presentation density display mode is there. 1 gigahertz speed is required minimum. More than that is good. So now the demo is there. I'm sharing. So this is it visible? Power BI desktop. Is it visible, everybody? Hello?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes.
Visible, sir.
Yes, it is the Power BI introductory screen. We are in the desktop mode here, and before introducing all this, already I have introduced all these things. These are the projects already opened, and these are the Get Data Facility and other recent sources. But I am directly going to the Power BI desktop. So it has divided into three sections. That is, one is report canvas mode, which is before us. Another is we can see view the data, that is Power View mode. View the data, and this is the mode that we can create a module for the data. Different type of tables are there. We can set relation between them and build a report. So we are going to the report view. This is the filter mode. We can set a filter to the data, and this is visualization available for the data. They are stacked bar chart, they are stacked column chart, and the cluster bar, cluster column, 100% stacked bar, 100% column chart, and minimum. So first of all, what we have to do, there are three operations already I have explained. That is extract, transform, and load. So first of all, we have to extract the data. So get data is the utility which allow you to extract the data from the different sources. So let us check what are the sources available with the extract facility. So the extract facility is divided into the 6 modes. That is file mode, which allows us to get data from the Excel worksheet, text, comma separated volume mode, XLS, XML, JSON, and some folder mode also available. Folder mode, we can keep similar type of Excel files or any data types files, and as we are adding the data of file into the folder, it will automatically include into the data which will be available for the visualizations. Then PDF also. PDF we can use as an input for the extraction of the data. If the PDF has got tables, it will automatically recognize the table and fetch the data into the. Another is the database mode. Database mode from the SQL, Access Data, Oracle, DB2 of IBM, and Sybase, Postgres, SQL data. Lot of data types are available. You can get data from that. Some Power Platform is available. For that, we have to register as a Power BI user. Then Azure Cloud, just like Amazon Cloud is there. Similarly, Azure Cloud is there. Google Cloud is also there. Then online services, for that we have to register. Then other platforms are there. Suppose a website is there and the website has got tables into it. We can grab that website and get table as a information. So today's concentration is Excel. So we are getting Excel data for the extraction of the data. Then select Excel workbook and connect to it. So connecting to the data, today I have selected the order data.xlsx, and open it. It will connect to that database and see how many sheets are there, how many tables are there available in this file. Excel file is there. So these tables we have created, or anybody connecting to the Excel file, it will show the position of this Excel file. So today we are going to select the sales data. Immediately I check the sales data and it will show number of columns and few rows, so that we can realize that this is the data we want to load. See, here is the facility. We can see the button load transform. So load, before loading, in between stages transform. Today's data is clean data, but I will explain the example of how we are going to transform the data. Cleaning and getting the exact data we want for the visualizations. So before loading, I'm going to the transform mode. Transform mode means Power Query Editor. So data appearing before us. Before loading, what we can do some modification, cleansing operations. That means splitting of column, combining of column, then extract some column information to different column, avoiding or filtering some rows. This way, some date we don't want, so we can deselect from this. This way we can deselect some rows. For example, splitting of row, I'm putting some example. We want to separate this column order ID, which contains some state code and then order ID. So I want to suppose split state from this order ID. So it automatically recognizes that in every word there is a delimiter dash, sometimes comma, sometimes slash, anything would be there. So I'm asking the tool that take leftmost delimiter, that is dash, before CA or before US, and split the column. Okay. So my column is separated from order ID and state ID. So this kind of operation we can make. And again, I'm renaming this column as say order state. And this will be simple order ID. This kind of operation we can do in a transformation mode. Suppose this order date is here. What language we are seeing here? This is M language. There is R language, M language available with this Power BI tool. Then suppose from the order, I want to take month name and create a separate column for that. So I am adding column that is called the custom column, and giving the name to the column like name of month. It is equal to date is a function month name, okay, is a function, and month name of what? That is order date. Here it is available column, it is showing. So my column is ready. Let us see that. Syntax error, date has got a double. Let us watch at the end. November, June. Okay. So this way we can create or extract or eliminate or add, split, combine data as per our need. Some null values is available. It is showing also here as a null. CA, US, null it will show. We can avoid those type of columns and clean our data for the. See, you are observing at the right side applied step. So the data when I selected, this was in this stage. I have written some script for that. Then it has promoted the header. See, header was not there. Header was the first row is itself a header. Then it has promoted the header and then change the type, date, it has given date. Then what action we have taken, we have split the column. Before splitting, the column was like this, order date was, order ID was like this. After splitting, it becomes like this. Then the change type, then as rename the column and add one column. I can cancel these operations. If I cancel this operation, it has gone. Rename the column, see, difference is here. Then change the type, then I split the column, all operations have been cancelled. We can add, cancel all set of actions that is before us and clean the data. Now, assuming that this is the clean data, I am saving this and going for the next thing because we have a time bound points. Okay, close and apply the data. Now it is loaded. 3 operations we have taken. Extract the data. Okay, then modified the data, means transform the data, clean the data, everything we have done, and then now we are loading for this visualizations. It is loaded. ETL process we have done with the help of this tool. Now, one by one, I have 1 hour before me. So if I am able to complete this all tools in time, then I am going to complete it. But I think that at the last part, I am showing you the fast track of the how to create dashboard, fast dashboard, means rapid dashboard. And if I am finishing these tools before time, I'll definitely go for the rapid dashboard. If I think that rapid dashboard is not completing within the time, I will stop this introduction of the visualizations and go for the rapid dashboard. Okay. So first of all, I have data now. Here is the data. I can see the data in this mode also, view mode also. Here also I can add new columns, add new tables, but not efficient manner like query data. And here also, if suppose more than 1 tables are there, I can set relation and prepare a module for the data. Now I have only 1 table. More than 1 table is there, then I have to create a module for the visualization of the data. Okay. So first tool I am going to take is the stacked bar chart. So what is the input for the stack bar chart? Suppose the category wise I want to see category wise sales. Y-axis I am putting category and the value is sale. So this is ready. Now I don't know what is the span of the time or the timeline of the data. It is 4 years, 2 years, 3 years or 1 month. So to see that, I have to create one slicer so that I can optionally select the data span or the timer. And the input for this slicer is the order date, period. And that order date, I don't want just date, I want hierarchy. Means I want year, month and day. This way, year, month and day. Okay. So I know that now I have a data for 4 years. Text I am going to increase. So I could see clearly. So now I can select year 14. The data will be changed this way. Recently we have taken this visualization. Bar chart will be changing. Okay. Now I want to see the bar chart with some formatting. Label should be on. And I want to see the label not automatically. Entire unit, not million or trillion form. And I want to see no decimal point form. and the size will be more to see the actually cell. So this is cell, and these are the three categories: technology, office supply, and furniture. But I am calling here stacked bar. Now it is showing only single. There is no stack in between. So I can say stack by adding different region into legend. Now it is stacked. This is central region. This is east region. See, we have deputed one manager for central region manager, then east region manager. Assuming that we can see the performance of the manager, how much sale is there, okay, for each manager or each region. Okay, total, I want to see total. This is the total sale, and out of it the share of each region or each manager is shown. So now it is stacked. Same stack I can see vertically, that is called column. We can see total sale is here, and regional wise, manager wise sale share of each category, that is sales, technology, office supplies, and furniture. But I want to see that not in a stacked manner. I want to see that in a vertically clustered manner. So this is clustering. So each region is showing separately, and I can see more better than the stacked manner. Similarly, bar also, this could be seen in a bar manner also. So 4 graph we have completed. Now we want to see 100% stacked bar chart. Means technology's 100% sale is here. Office supply 100% sale is here. Furniture 100% sale is here. Okay. So what is the share of west region? What is the share of south region? It is showing out of 100%, what is the share percent of the each region. So that is called 100% stack bar chart. Same thing with the 100% stacked column chart. Now we shall move to the next chart type, is the line chart. So like it is showing because not a relevant data, we should go to the provide the parameter for the region. So axis I am going to select order date. Axis I am going to show order date. Region I am at present I am removing, and the value. See, the value is sale. This time I am going to take not sale, because sales prices are maybe difference at different region. So quantity sold is important for production man. Okay. So always quantity. So in year, if I am selecting all the years, it will show me the line of all years: 14, 15, 16, and 17. Gradually, or sometime hike in incline in the sale is there in 1917, then the 16 has, then the 15. So now I'm taking only 17. So one sale is there, 17 sale. Now I want to bifurcate this sale into month. So what I am doing, it has got, I have explained the drill down methodology is there. So I am drill down facility I am selecting and going next level of the year. What is the next level of the year? That is month. It has shown me the January, February, March, May, all years sale here. Quantity sold in year 17, monthly quantity sale is there. Again I want to drill down to the next level. Say December. I have selected only December. So this is December month sale. Now I want to go to further drill down methodology. So I am expanding to the date level. So it has shown me in the December each day's sale. Each day's sale. Sometime you could see more of the space on the screen. Okay. So this is day-wise sale. So every tool must have drill down and drill up capacity. Drill up means this way. So day-wise sale we have. Now we are going for some part of analysis part of it. Okay. Analysis part is that we can assume that December sale is here and I want to see the January 18th sale. What would be the sale tentatively? So that part I am performing. So here is a facility and icon given for the analytics. In that analytics, you can have a trend line. This is the trend line. Cancel this trend line. You can have average line. So this is the average line, blue line indicated here. The next part is we are undertaking is forecasting. Okay, so forecast is here. So what kind of forecasting we are going to do? Add many forecasting you can add. Okay, you can say it is as a next January and 80. Say. So for forecasting, I want all 31 days sale. 31 days sale. We can ignore last 10 days sale because that was not relevant. Suppose at the end of March financial year, so all the organizations' sale is declined because they have stopped the sale and everything. Or some other reports are there. We want to avoid some last 10 days, 15 days. We can avoid that, but ignoring last 10 days or something like that. I don't want accuracy 95%, but 80% you can pick up. And then seasonality. So 15 days sale or more sale, our organization selling more. So we can realize the seasonality, say for 20 days. So now our sale is ready. So it is showing January's first day sale, second day sales, third day sale, 5 day sale. So we can instruct our production team we can make a production plan on the basis of this. We can have also data like this. If you see, export data, or we can see this data in a table fashion. Show this in a table. So it is showing in a table December 1, 2, 3, 4 and quantity forecasted 30, 39 of the next 31 days. We can export this data and have our own sheet, separate sheet for that, for the further analysis, or we can send to the functional department or mail to the stock stakeholders which is responsible for that or team responsible for that. So this is line chart we have seen. Next is area chart. Area is nothing but a line chart. Just it is a fill up with some colors beneath the lines. so we can see clearly. If you want to have some categories, layers into it, we can put category into legion. So it is separately line, separate lines for each category, and colors it is showing. If we want to see separate stacks, the lines, we can see in this manner. Okay. So stack, line chart, area chart, stacked area chart. Now I want to see line and stack column chart. Both the things are. Okay. So day wise, December month we are seeing by category of the products, and line value I want to see for the sale. Quantity sold it is showing. Quantity sold for each day, for each category. Quantity 149. Out of that, the category 38 of category furniture, 85 of category office supply, and technology category quantity is 26. So day wise, column it has shown. Along with that, over 9 is drawn, that is showing the sale actually, sales revenue are earned out of selling this quantity. So this is called quantity. I want to see each category in a separate cluster with these things. Okay. We want to see only 5 days, 5 days quantity, 10 days quantity. So we can avoid this next 20 days. Only can see 10 days category. So 10 days performance of the December with quantity, with category, by category, and with sales. So we have completed line chart. Now we are moving towards the ribbon chart. Definitely it's a great experience to have a ribbon chart, to see the inside of the business. Ribbon chart will perform like this, something. Ribbon chart. See, same thing it is showing, but we can see clearly that this blue category is of office supply, which was at the start of the December. Some more sale is there. Then it is dropped down and declined in the next 5 days. And again, so all color with office supply we can see with the color indications when it is decline and incline. Similarly, furniture supply, when it is decline and incline, we can see with the help of ribbon chart. This is the ribbon chart. It will help us to see the exact what is the movement of the sale or quantity sale of each category in a particular month. If we want to say it yearly, so we can have, see this is yearly sale, 14, 15, always yearly. If we are looking towards the category selling, category wise selling, the furniture is always, office supply is always high, more than other things. Okay. The next chart is available is waterfall chart. Sorry. chart. See how it is going to help us. For the waterfall chart, I am going to select month-wise report. So this is day-wise report and this is month-wise report for year 17. So this is month-wise report, and I want to see quantities sold in every month, and I want to see it by region. Breakdown, I want to break down region. Now we can see clearly January 17, February 17, March 17, and in between, what is the movement of each regional manager? What is the share? See, in the January, the sale is 597, and in February, it is 363. Why the decline? Who is the responsible? So there is some incline of the Eastern manager, East region manager, that is 76 quantity. He has sold more, but West, South, and Central manager has shown declined performance. Now in March, there is an incline in a sale. Who are the responsible and what percent? It has shown. See, the flow is like a waterfall, so it is called waterfall chart. Cash flow or certain data, you can see how the cash flow incline, decline, you can see. And also this kind of performance you can watch with the help of ribbon chart, who is the responsible, then waterfall chart. Okay. The next chart I am moving towards is a funnel chart. Funnel, see, it is showing something, but it is not relevant chart, relevant data for the funnel chart. You can sort it by sale. Quantity. Highest quantity assumed as 100% and minimum quantity is 19.7%. These kind of things we can use for the marketing enhancement. There are 100 customers we are going to approach. We have a list of 100 customers. Then we are approached to the directly 100 customers. The response received is 50 customers. Then 150 become. Then answer to our emails, and they are provided their email and phone numbers in response to the next follow-up, that is 30. Then 20 are promise us to take material from us. So 100, 50, 30 and 20. So lastly, only 5 customers are worked out for the order. So 100, 50, 30, 20 and 5. So this is the funnel what we have achieved and what spending we have made to achieve the 5 customer out of 100. So that also is the cost that we have to recover from these 5 customers. So these kind of operations and analysis we can do with the funnel chart. We can attest cost of it. See, I have told you at the beginning that the cost involved in every operations is the data which is valuable, and lack of data is always with the organizations. That is why we can't reach to the conclusion in the analytical part. So data collection is most important thing. So before having tools like this, we must prepare, make a BPR, business process re-engineering, that it could produce some data that is useful for the business analytics. Okay. So next is line chart. Not line, scatter chart. It always compares 2 values. So a detail is the day, month-wise axis is quantity, and out of selling this quantity, what profit we have earned. So profit is here, that we are going to put in x-axis, and size of this ball, size of this bindi or ball, we are going to determine on how much quantity we have sold. More the quantity, more the size of the ball. Okay. So some formatting we have to do. We have to category must be on. It is telling us that January, February month it is showing, and its quantity sold and profit out of it is showing. Okay. So this data is available here. So on one axis the profit is there, and the x-axis quantity is there, and in between the balls are shown here for the combination of quantity and the profit. This is also useful tool or the visual which showing the insights of a movement of the quantity and the profit, relation between the quantity and the profit. We can play around this. Not very relevant, but I am showing you how to play with this show. I am dropping this with the drill down, and it is clumsy that it is trying to show the everyday's quantity and profit out of it. But I want to see with the play. I want to see it with the play, so I can go to the play axis. Play axis, of course, is dead. And I'm just playing it. Again, I want to see it with the category or the regional manager performance, and I can show. It will show in a different color, all three, and showing it. See, this kind of analysis tool or visualization to see the progress of weather reports and in which month the actual stream was up and decline. So this kind of operations can be visualized with this tool. Actually, funds flow also can be seen with the different category, when it is raising and when it is dropping down, and we can stop in between and see why it is there, what is the progress. So shall we go to the next one? Next is the pie chart. So pie chart, if I am taking, I have to move further, and not legend date is the legend, but I am taking legend as a category wise sale. Category wise sale, quantity, sale, sold and profit. So this is category office supply and quantity sold of the office supply. Okay, and also it is showing. So this is pie chart. There is not much difference in a pie chart. Only single value is it is accepting. Category you can put minimum. If we want to see it in a subcategory mode, so it is showing subcategory. Binders, papers, all those such kind of things. Detailing I want in a category. So office pie chart is there, one category and quantity we can see. Donut chart is there, which is not much differ from the pie chart. There is a hole in between the pie only. That is the difference. So pie chart is there. Now the tree map is there. It's a square box and it is showing that all three categories and their quantity sold. If I want to see subcategory into it, so it is showing this blue is all office supply, and in which subcategories binder, art, storage, fastener, appliances, labels, papers. These are the all subcategory. This is furniture, and in furniture, chair, table, and bookcases are subcategories. So tree map is also very good tool. Please mute if someone is muted. Sound. So this is tree map. We can have someone's mic is unmuted. Noise is there. Okay. So tree map is there. So tree map can be used in this fashion. Next is the very important is the actually map tool. I'm removing this. See, for the map, of course, the state and city is there. State and city wise, I have sale or quantity sold I want to see. As soon as I am bringing this city or state on the canvas, it will automatically recognize that it is pertaining to a map. Okay, the map is shown here. And these are the states of all same size. Round shape is all same size. I want to see this round of different size based on the size of quantity sold. So I'm quantity putting into the size. Okay. So not only that, I want to see this quantity sold region wise. So I'm putting this region wise. I remove the region, it will remove the color also. So legend you can use anything. Now next is the city. I am going to include the city into it. There is no moment, only it is showing state, and I want to see this state's name also. So I am going to format and declaring category. So all state names are appeared on the map. I can zoom it to the particular state. I want to see this quantity sold here with the region wise. So region wise quantity it has been shown. I am going further to see what is the happening in the city. So it will show me the city wise selling, and I'm going and zooming it and see the performance of the city. Which city is selling more? So New York has got more selling. Okay, and also region wise not. I'm selling category into legend. So it is showing me the pie chart. It is showing me a pie chart into it. You see, I'm moving to the state that we can see clearly. See, it has shown the California state selling of the quantity of each category: technology, office supply, and furniture. Okay, so this is map, effective tool to see the regional performance. Regional manager is deputed there. Then we can see the performance of regional managers and which area is actually we have to cover for the selling. Very effective tool, geography tool map. These other maps are field map, shape map, and Azure map, it requires some more parameters which is not present with the data itself now. So we are moving to the other tools. See, I think I have only 15 minutes to present my presentation. So I'm moving towards the fast dashboard creation. Shall we move to the fast dashboard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Because that is also important. So I'm removing this all visualizations and data also. Because other data I'm considering for the rapid scoreboard and the dashboard, delete from the model. So data is deleted. And getting the other data, that is closed cell example I am taking. So Excel file and the closed cell I am considering for the rapid dashboard. Data is loading here. So I am selecting the data is the table which is responsible for today's session. Then loading it, assuming that transformation is done and data is clear. Slowly in the field area, the data is appeared. So these are the fields that we are considering for all visualizations. So first of all, we are creating a dashboard, very small and rapid. So first of all, we have to insert name of the dashboard. So name of the dashboard would be cloth sales dashboard. Select it. And center it. So this is title of the that I want to put it at center. Just move it. It will automatically show the center. Okay. The name is clear. Now I want to see sales figure. The first of all, I have told you in the last demo that we have to consider what span of the data we are considering. What is the span of the data? For that, always we have to select the slicer. Slicer I am going to select and putting date into it, and that date I want in a hierarchy manner so that it can show quarter, year, month and day, all the things. Putting at the end of the dashboard, bottom rightmost corner, and selecting year 19. The data cell I want to see at a glance. For that I am selecting car. Select car. And what is the input for that? Is the cell. So total cell it is showing me. Here I want to see that cell in data level, not in atom mode, means not in million, trillion, billion, but entire cell. Okay, and this is cell. Similar visual I can copy and paste in the same dashboard, which I am going to use for quantity. Quantity I am going to select here. So this much quantity, and this is the revenue earned out of selling this quantity. So I have sale and I have quantity. Now I want to see, I have to go regional, means geographically. So what are the regions, regional sales? So for that I am selecting pie. I am putting a region into it. sale. So this is reason why sale. Then next geographical constraint is state-wise sale I want to see. So go for a map as it is coming automatically when I refer state in a board, and then state and the cell, the size. See, when you are presenting a dashboard, though it is showing a very small visualization, there is a facility that you can go to the focus mode and take entire visualization in entire screen and discuss on it. Okay, go back to report. So no matter how small the visualization is, whenever the visualization is under discussion, you can go to the focus mode and see clearly. See, alignment, arrangement is always there. See, it is showing that it is in the line with the other visual right side, left side. So now region wise, state wise, now I have to go for the person wise, that is manager and salesperson, human resource. What is their performance? So I am taking manager over here. Manager is here. Name of the manager. See, I am not doing much formatting because short of the time. Manager and their sales. Now I want to see this manager sales in a cluster column chart. These are the manager and their sales. Not only manager, I want to see the category wise sale. So present as a category. It is showing the border of all three sites where the visuals are available. So I am putting it in a center. Now next, this chart I am taking for the formatting. Yes. Data label is important here also. It has to show data labels in auto, non-auto mode, but entire cell it has to show the same thing. If I want to format for the other, select format printer, then select format printer, and also for this visual. Okay, the next chart I am going to select is tree map for the person's performance. For that, I am taking sales person here on the dashboard and their sale. And converting it into, this is coming under managers. So this is the manager Gary. I want to see manager along with this salesperson, so that in the detail I can put manager's name. So that along with the manager, also want to see the quantity also he has sold. See. This is the name of Alban, is the salesperson. He is working under Gary. if I click the Gary as a manager, it will see entire dashboard is going to change and filtering and only showing all visuals with the Gary's data. So Gary's under Gary's these the people salesperson are working. Their sale is this much. See entire sale card is also changed. Quantity card is also changed. This only one state is coming under him is shown. Again I clicking this Gary. This will defilter and show all the data available with the table. Filter is there, but with this slicer, I'm going to select all the years data will be shown. I'm selecting 18 only, so 18 data will be shown. So this is the Power BI's tools power with the dashboard. Another chart is there, which is very interested. Minimize this chart. Show. See why I could minimize this because I can go to the focus mode and see the performance of each salesperson. Now I'm moving towards the another chart type is the decomposition tree. It's a new and very interesting. So I'm selecting this. What it asks for? It is asking for I want to analyze quantity sold. I want to analyze quantity sold. Okay. And that I want tree in a days. So maximum I can see. And quantity sold, how manager wise, explain it by manager and then salesperson. First of all, region also we can say region wise, manager wise and salesperson wise. How we can decompose it? We can decompose it this way. Quantity, total quantity sold is this. Plus, start from the low value. Plus, I want to see region. Region wise sale, it is showing. Then manager wise sale, I want to see. Then under the manager, I want to see salesperson wise. See, decomposition methodology is used here. So, if I press west, the west scenario it will show. Then I west manager, two managers are responsible for the west region, and I can see the performance of the manager and people working under him. So Hastings is the manager and Gary is the manager. His performance or salesperson working under him like this. So this is the dashboard. We can create faster and get results of the data provided for this, loaded for this business tools. So maximum I have tried to cover in this 2 hours. So last 5, 6 or 10 minutes I am giving for some questions. If I am able to answer these questions, immediately I will answer. Otherwise, I will note it down and I am answering those questions in a mail to fulfill their doubts. So, Mr. Malpure sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. I request all the members, please unmute yourself and ask the question.
If there is no any question, I am last 5 more minutes. I am going for another these things, some other facilities provided by the Power BI. Shall we go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is anybody have question?
Any some facilities are there. Some natural query I am introducing. Okay, for that I am
Yeah.
taking another page. These are the pages. Just we can add just like an Excel file. Okay, another page of dashboard, and there is a facility of natural query. It is a vast thing, but I can say cells. It is showing us the cells. $1 million. Okay. Then I'm saying sale or quantity sold, quantity, if I say buy, region, it will show the region wise quantity sold. Again I say buy manager. Each manager is underlined with legend here, Anderson, or I can say sales by manager by region. So these are each north, west. Then I can say quantity by state, in map. It will show map. So this is the natural query we can pass to the data, and there is, I can give training for that, how to put various questions and ask various questions to data instead of putting all the input parameters and their x-axis and their y-axis. It will automatically determine how to show, what to show, and we can force it to show in a particular fashion. Just I told that, showing the map. Okay, this is another facility. Some KPI approaches are also there. We can set KPI, but it will take more time for that. I request chairman and other officers that you can call me anytime for advanced Power BI tools training, sort of training or the presentation. I am always ready for this chapter. So this is exactly 2 hours I have finished with. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our Secretary of Kolhapur chapters, CMA BN Mule, please conclude the session with vote of thanks.
Okay.
Mule sir, before that I request if any member having question, please at least
valuable information.
Yes.
Okay.
before I will request the member, if you have the question, just 5 minutes we'll ask so that the people get clarified their queries.
Okay.
I request member, please ask your question.
They can ask me by mail. My mail is there. I will show you. One moment. This is my name, phone number, and mail. Anytime you can contact. Anytime.
Thank you so much, sir. So nice of you.
Even though I can come down to Pune for certain purpose, no problem.
Really awesome, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, anybody has any questions, please? Okay, Pradeep sir. Hello.
Nobody has questions, sir. You can.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Sri Suryakant More sir has given a very relevant information to the cost accountant, because either a cost accountant in practice or in service, we are generating a lot of data, and unless it is presentable in the different matters formats, it is not going to be much useful. So this BI tools and all that, it's very much relevant cost accountant. This
Yes,
is
sir.
relevant to everybody, but specifically to the cost accountant, because cost accountant generate lot of data, day-to-day activities, and this tool is definitely helpful to the cost accountant. And More sir has given a very simple way these presentations. I am very much thankful, More sir, on behalf of the Kolhapur chapters, Kolhapur Sangli chapters, on behalf of the Pimpri Chinchwad and WIRC. Thank you. Thank you, More sir.
I have
Today
some.
our session is.
I'm
Well,
creating some models for cost optimization.
Cost account. Okay,
Whenever it will be ready, I will present you.
Okay, sir. Okay. We will have one meeting in Kolhapur chapter also.
Yes, sir. Anytime,
Huh?
sir. Call me anytime.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thanks and regards
Thank
to
you.
everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks for the insights on such a wonderful topic.
Thank you, madam. Welcome.
Highly informative.